Alright, today I want to do a quick video showing the scan results. I'm going to show all 32 stocks that came up in the scan. So the program, this AMI broker programmer, scanned the 8,000 plus stocks that I have, and it came up with 32 stocks that meet my criteria. This is my short-term trading account that uses the daily chart. So another thing I just want to mention, I know I did a video about a trading filter, how I use the S&P 500 as a trading filter on times when I should be in cash. On my daily trading account, what I've noticed is I pay attention to the scan results also. So back in October, November, January, things were so crazy. So things were moving. Everything was just moving up like rockets. I had multiple stocks, double-digit gains on a daily basis. At that time, the scan results were producing 50, 60, 75 stocks per day. Sometimes they're the same stocks, but what I'm going to say is that I use that as a signal of strength. What I've noticed is when it starts to drop below 20, then the market's weakening, at least for the edge that I use, which is OBV breakouts, OBV divergence. Once the scans start dropping below 20, even recently with the Nasdaq pulling back and a lot of these tech stocks that I highlighted in the market is nuts, where they've all, like Tesla and a lot of the high growth stocks have pulled back 40, 50%, some more. My own scans, I was coming up with like 10, 7. One day I had 4. So very weak amount of stocks coming through the scan, signaling that my edge wasn't there. So when that happens, I kind of sit it out. If anything, I reduce my position. So instead of taking on a full-size position that I'm taking now currently, maybe I cut that position in half. So whatever your position may be, if you usually take $5,000 positions, you would cut that down to 2,500. Or if you're 2,000, cut it to 1,000. Cut your positions in half, just sort of, throwing a line out there, see if anything bites. But yeah, I use the scan results also as a gauge of strength on the daily trading account. So this scan here, what it looks for stocks that are 80%, at least 80% down from their 3-year high. The stock has to be within 20% of the 200-day moving average, above or below, and OBV needs to be making a new 3-month high. So I'm trying to find stocks that have declined, that have crashed, have stabilized, have built the base, and the volume, on balance volume, is breaking out, indicating to me that it's ready to move up, it's ready to pop. So let's just start going through these. The first one is AUTL. As you can see, OBV is making new high. And downtrend has been broken. And I'm just going to go through these. These are the raw signals that came up in the scan. Just go through them and give my thoughts quickly, just to show you the raw signals that come up in the scan. I'm going to pass on this one. I would pass on this one, seeing that it's about to meet up with a downtrend in 200-day moving average. Usually acts as resistance. It can break through it too also, Bob. I mean, I got so many stocks to pick from, I would eliminate that one. AS, an oil company. Independent oil and gas. This one looks okay, but I already have so many in the oil sector that I'm going to pass on it. BBGI. Media, broadcasting, radio. I've noticed a couple of broadcasting stocks come through my scans the past couple weeks. So one thing with this chart right here, see this big volume spike in October? I can't see anything. I can't really interpret any of the action going on. So when you have something like that, I have to zoom in past that volume spike. See that? See how you can't see anything? I can't tell what's going on. I gotta zoom past that volume spike, which by the way happened to be an opening gap and back down. Don't buy opening gaps. But here we can see the volume. Now we can get a better read on the volume. So yeah, we had the bullish crossover of the moving averages, and it's just kind of been consolidating sideways on light volume. And now some volume's coming in again, and maybe indicating it's ready to move up. I like this one. I would put this one on the buy list. BMA, foreign regional banks. These foreign regional banks came into my scans like 2 weeks ago, and I already own this one. Oh yeah, OBV made a new high again. That's why I came in the scan again. It's kind of pulled back as long as it doesn't break my support. My support of 1747. I'll keep riding that one. Energy fund, I'm gonna pass. CFMS popped 10.9%. I think this was on the buy list I posted over the weekend. I came up in the scan again because OBV made another new high. But look at where OBV is compared to the price. OBV is making a new high, it's all-time high, and the price is still within its base. CYCN, Biotech, another one. OBV breaking out to new highs. The price has just kind of been chopping around. Very light volume. Light volume. Now the volume's coming in. I like this one. I'd put this one on the buy list. I'd have to draw my support on it and see what the risk level is, but right now I would just throw it on the buy list, and then I would see if it provides a good entry point. CYTH, this looks like another biotech by the name of the company. Moving up. I don't know about this one. Look at how light the volume is back here. Like 2,000 shares traded that day. 100 shares traded. That's very light. It's like this looks like a penny stock. This looks like a stock that shouldn't even be traded on an exchange. 200 shares traded. 1,200 shares. I mean, there's more volume now. It's like all of a sudden this thing has some interest, but before this year, it just has very light volume. Yeah. I'm gonna pass on this one. Just that volume pattern before. I must have highlighted this one on another video, seeing that I already have it highlighted. I'm showing the divergence. OBV breaking out from this peak back in November. Look at the peak of the price. And the price is well below that peak in November, but OBV is already breaking out. EEX. Same thing. I don't know if I highlighted this in another video, but you can see the OBV positive divergence. Today's OBV is higher than this point. The price is still below that point. So there's a positive divergence. I own that one already. ETTX, another biotech. Looks like the biotechs are heating up. When I start seeing biotechs coming through my scans, it moved up 13.4%. Right now, for me to enter that trade, it's a 24% risk. I'm not going to enter this one. There's too much risk for me. I like to get into trades that are less than 20%. Natural gas, ETF. I will say out of the commodities, natural gas is the one that hasn't broken out and have a run yet. So maybe natural gas is now getting ready to run and follow oil, all the agricultural commodities. Seems like everything is going up. Natural gas has just been in the base here. The OBV breaking out, maybe a signal that natural gas is ready to run. Another oil fund, pass. Another foreign regional bank. I own this one. Looks good. It doesn't break my support. I'll keep riding it. HUSN. Hudson Capital. Nothing really calling my attention. I mean, OBV did make a new 3-month high pop. Not really seeing a strong divergence here. See the peak here in February? The prices, OBV's just barely getting to that peak, and when the price action is like at that peak also. Came up in the scan, but I don't really see a strong divergence here. I see D, yeah, oil gas driller. Yeah, OBV divergence. OBV, look at this peak here in February. OBV's past that peak, but the price still hasn't taken out that peak. Here's your positive divergence. IMH, same thing, positive divergence on that one. KERN, I own this one. Another positive divergence. Here's the peak in February. OBV's broken that peak in February. The price is still in its base. Quiet volume. See that? See how volume came in? We had the positive crossover, and then it came back, pulled back down into a downtrend. But during that whole time, look how light the volume got. Look how light the volume is. No panic selling. It's just a normal grind. And now all of a sudden there's volume coming in. Somebody's accumulating the shares. I like that one. Emerging Markets Healthcare Index. Seems like an ETF. Another foreign, whether it's foreign banks or foreign ETFs, they keep coming up in my scans. KTRA, another biotech. Strong OBV divergence there also. LBJ, and that is a Latin American ETF. Again, another foreign stock, all in the foreign sector coming in the scan. Well, OBV breaking out. NTEC, drug manufacturer. Strong divergence right there. OBV's breaking out. All-time highs on OBV. The price is still in a base. More volume coming in recently. I like this one. Put that one on the buy list. NTG. Another energy fund. Pass. I already got enough energy. NURO. Medical Instruments and Supplies. Same thing with this one. So see these spikes? Here we go, another gapper. Gapped up in the morning, closed right back down. But what I want to say is that for me to interpret the volume, we need to zoom in past that spike. I like this one. We had some volume here, and then it just kind of dragged down. February, March, April, we've had 3 months of it just consolidating and grinding down. But grinding down on lower volume, on very, very light volume. And now we're starting to get some volume coming in here. Pulled back to the 200-day moving average, pretty much found support. Put this one on the buy list. SUPV, this is in the foreign sector. Again, look at this action here in February. Gapped up, back down, gapped up, back down. Don't buy the gappers. But anyways, I do like this one. It's just been in a base since 2020. It bottomed, it's kind of rallied. You kind of have that triangle formation that all these foreign regional banks have. Let's see, I'll draw you the triangle so you can see. Some people call it a wedge, some people call it a triangle. You can kind of see it's just getting tighter and tighter. And eventually it should break out. I mean, look where we are compared to 3 years ago. Around This is why I came up in the scan. We're still 80% down from the 3-year high. It's base. OBV's coming in. And yeah, it's looking good. Put that on the buy list. I own this one already. Put that one on the buy list. SYBX, another biotech. Same thing, strong OBV divergence. This one's pretty much on the base. It's been building a base since October. Moved up some. And it's consolidated above the 200-day moving average ever since. This one looks like it's ready to break out. THMO, medical appliances equipment. I must have been on this one at one point, or was interested in it. My support level's drawn on it. Same thing, strong OBV divergence on this one. Yep, I like this one. It's moved up to the 200-day moving average. It's kind of just been consolidating, just grinding sideways on light volume. And all we need is a little bit of volume to come in and could break out. OBV's been grinding higher. That's why I came up in the scan. Even with this light volume, there's been more positive volume days than negative days. That's why OBV's been climbing. And TYG, another energy fund, pass. Credit Suisse, crude oil, passing on this one. VRDN, medical laboratories and research sector. Zoom out so you can see the big picture. Again, 80% down from the 3-year high. OBV, let's zoom in past that spike. Again, light volume has just been basing. Had this big volume spike, and it's held pretty much above the 200-day moving average, just basing sideways on light volume. And now we're getting some volume coming in. You can see some volume spikes here and there. Yeah, this one, I like this one. Put it on the buy list. XBIO, another biotech. You got to pay attention to when you go running these scans. Pay attention to the sectors that are coming in your scans. It's like another signal. When I start seeing a bunch of stocks in the same sector come through my scans, it gives me more confidence to buy the stocks. I'm like, well, it's not just the stock, it's the whole sector. Money's moving to that sector. Look at this huge volume spike in December. Up 193%. That's where it closed. Never mind if you bought the opening gap. I think I was in this one. I'd have to look at my records. So I got my support level here. I'm not sure if I was in that spike there. This symbol sounds familiar to me too, so not 100% sure, but anyways, let's look at today's action. Again, I gotta zoom in past this volume spike. And I like it. It's just had that huge volume spike. All that hype, I assume this was news driven. Everybody needed to get into the stock now. It's going to the moon. And boom, right back down. And what's happened ever since then? It's just been grinding sideways on light volume. Now we get a nice high volume day. And this one looks like it's ready to move. And anybody who bought on this huge volume spike probably ended up selling during this low volume, just get discouraged and finally throw in the towel and get rid of their shares. And the last one, I think this one was on the buy list this weekend. Moved up 12.8% today. It's a good move, and it's a biotech. So have to move the stop level to this low right here, the low of 90 cents, because Where it is now, the risk would be 27%. So we need to move it to the next lowest low point, which would be right there. You have a risk of 16% right there. So definitely a trade that we can put this one on the buy list. And that's it. Those are the 32 stocks. So I just went through there, just showing you the chart so you can see the pattern that I look for. They're all pretty much the same pattern. That's why the scan's looking for them. And just be careful with the biotechs, because the biotechs, they move. You can get, like, I showed you one of them that showed up 100+% in a day, but they can also drop 50% in a day. So just be ready. If you're getting into the biotechs, be ready for volatile moves. They can move strong on the upside, but they can also move strong on the downside. All it takes is one of their drugs to come out with negative FDA reviews, and the stock can drop 50% in a day easily. I see it happen all the time. So, I mean, you just got to play it knowing that, you know, most of the ones you're going to buy are going to go up, but you may have one that drops on you. So just be aware of that. And the Federal Reserve is meeting tomorrow, Wednesday. So the market may become a little bit volatile, depending on what they say. Everybody's waiting for the Fed statement to see what they're going to say about inflation and whether they're hinting if they're going to be raising interest rates anytime soon. So tomorrow's probably going to be a light volume day, and then Wednesday we may have some volatility pick up in the market once they release the statement. So just keep that in mind. And that's it.